Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I'm here to create a space of support and healing and hopefully connection perhaps as well for you today. So while you're coming over, I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So, welcome. Please comment in the chats. Let me know if you're here. Let me know how you're doing. I don't have an instrument today, so I'm hoping we can have a bit of a sort of a conversation as best as you can by me talking and you commenting in the chat. So what I'm interested to know is how you're doing today. How are you really doing today? When I ask how you're doing, whether it's here or if I see you in person, I mean, how are you really doing? So how are you doing today? So welcome if you're new. Please let us know too if you're new so we can welcome you today. The plan, the intention is I'm going to grab a healing energy card shortly and we'll talk about that and hopefully we'll chat too. I'll read your comments in the chat and then I'll pull a card again to go. So I'll be here for around 15 minutes. So I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia. I'm near the capital city of Hobart, about 20 minutes in the southeast, about 20 minutes away from Hobart in the southeast of Tasmania. It's a bit foggy this morning, but it's very calm and it's not too cold. So it is, what day is it? It's Thursday the 28th of April 2022, and it's 7:57 here AM. So how are you doing? I'm going to read your comments. I'll pull a card when needed. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. Also in the comments, if there's something you're feeling stuck with, something you're blocked with or you're just confused about, and you would like my thoughts or my advice on something to support your letting go or whatever it might be, please feel free to comment about that too. Although please keep in mind I'm not doing personal readings, so they will be skipped. And if I don't know the answer to anything, I'm certainly going to say, because I'm not an expert here, I'm just sitting here sharing what works for me. So let's say hello in the comments. Oh, we have the sun coming out. That's pretty cute. Good morning, Maria. Welcome. And thank you for your beautiful singing videos. I love them. I haven't seen your newest one yet. I will a bit later today. Good morning, Robin. I trust that you're well. And Joanne, welcome. Margaret from Massachusetts. Such a strange name, isn't it? Massachusetts. I wonder where it came from. But welcome, Margaret. It's lovely to see you here. Thanks for stopping by today. Michelle says, oh, hi, Michelle. Michelle says, I was just thinking I could do with some Leanne relaxation right now. And bosh, there you are. Brilliant. Well, it just goes to show how connected we are, doesn't it? All of us. You know, I've been getting messages for years from bunches of people just with posts or videos or things that I do that really just speaks to them. How can something, if we're not all connected, how can something that some random person like me shares or says or is showing up, how can that really mean something to so many people? And I'm not saying there's anything special about me, because I think this is just representing the connection that we all have, this real togetherness. So we are connected somehow. It's no accident that our paths have happened to cross here today. So thanks, Michelle, and it's lovely to connect with you. Hello, Colleen and Urslaric. Welcome. Urslaric is new. Where are you from? Connie, this is the first time I've been able to catch you live. Well, that's fantastic, Connie, and welcome, and it's great to have you here. Kelly's homesick with COVID. I trust that you get over that quickly. Bettina, so happy to see you this morning. I'm happy to see you too. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Karen from Ballon. Is it Ballon in Victoria? Michaela's here. Hi, Michaela. Jane says, doing better thanks to you. Well, that's a nice thing to say. Really aligned with your weekly cards. Great support. I'll be in touch privately for more. Great. Thanks, Jane. Hi, Sasha from Scotland. Robin's feeling stuck at present. Now, that's interesting. Who else is feeling stuck? Maybe I can see your thumbs up or your heart if you want to just quickly interact and show that you're also feeling stuck, because that's very interesting. I'm personally feeling a lot of energy moving, so I'm very interested to know if you feel stuck too. We're getting lots of hearts and thumbs up here, so there's quite a few of you who are watching who also feel stuck at present. So why do you feel stuck? Have you asked yourself that yet? Why do you feel stuck? What is stagnant? What's holding you back? Sometimes too, when I'm feeling stuck, I notice that I'm not really listening to how I feel, because remember, our emotions want to be in motion. So if we're not letting them move, if we're not letting them sort of flow, and we're ignoring a certain feeling that we have for whatever reason, it doesn't matter what the reason is, that can also make us feel stuck as well. So I wonder why you're feeling stuck. Looks like you're not the only one there, Robin. Maria says, I'm doing great, abundance, very productive, and losing weight. Fantastic. Yeah, I've been doing that too. I've actually, for almost a year now, just in this really active state where I'm just dropping weight as well, which is really good. It feels so good to be feeling good in your body. So that's fantastic, Maria. Thank you. Okay, Sally Ann is here. Sally says, I'm overthinking because work. I'm making it more complicated than it is. This has made me shut down. Yes, I can understand what you're saying there, Sally Ann. Overthinking. So at least you know what's going on and that you're overcomplicating things and that you're shutting down. So actually that you're in a really good place, really, because you're aware of this, aren't you? So what can you do to settle things down? Maybe some changes need to be made. And I did a video a couple of days ago, I can't remember, it may have been 2 days ago or 3, about untangling the mess and the complication and finding our focus again. So you might find that really helpful. So it should be in the video, it will be in the video tab. Patricia is here from Georgia. Hi, Sylvia and Annette from Wisconsin. Welcome. Margaret's also stuck, she says. I trust everyone who's feeling stuck unsticks themselves very soon. Elizabeth's here from Washington, D.C. Welcome. I'm going to pull a card in a moment. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Matthew. And Aiden is almost 6 months old. That's incredible. What a cutie. Welcome. Hi, Bobby. This is Bobby's first time live as well. Bobby's from Avon Park in Florida. Welcome, Bobby, and I trust you enjoy this connection. Hi, Carolyn from Oregon, and Colleen's here from Rhode Island. Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Lisa does amazing videos, which I love watching in the bathtub. So if you don't know Lisa Lyle's work, please look it up. Wisdom of the Heart. Great to see you here. Thanks, Lisa. Annette says, COVID got me a few weeks ago, still feeling bad, and had to quit my job. Well, hopefully not because of COVID, but I'm glad that you're recovering. I had it too a couple of weeks ago, and so did Corey, and we're just on the other side of it now, which feels good. So I trust everyone that's not feeling well feels better soon. Joanne says, I'm not sure if it's a stuck feeling, just slow. Okay, well that's interesting, because it doesn't matter as long as we're still moving. Sometimes it can be a little shuffle, sometimes we take big strides forward. I think the stuck energy tends to be when things just aren't happening, or we feel, or we're looking backwards somehow, or we feel a bit paralysed, or like we're somehow turned into stone or something. So I think if it's slow, it's still movement, isn't it? Because we have our more restful, slow, sort of healing times, and then we have our more active, productive times. So I think that's okay, isn't it? Yeah, thanks, Joanne. Sally says, I was holding my breath in class. I had to tell myself off. Why were you holding your breath, Sally? That's pretty funny, actually. Well, I'm glad you got your breath back. Let's grab a card for now, and then I'll keep reading in the comments. So I'm looking for the best card that the majority of us need in this moment for this connection. What do we need to talk about or connect with? So the best healing energy card for the majority of us is this card here. And it's this. Well, this is good. Card 39, Abundance. We haven't seen this card for a little while. This is the fun thing when you're working with 110 cards. You know, I think 44 cards in a deck is great. 55 cards in a deck's even better. 78 cards in tarot deck is fantastic. You hold 110 cards in your hand, like I have here with the healing energy cards, and when I'm doing the weekly guidance with the two combined decks. 110 cards, because there's cards that you see, I don't know, I suppose the odds of certain cards coming up are not so great. So cards like this that I haven't seen for a while have a little bit more of an impact. But also on the same hand, I suppose, cards that come up regularly within 110 cards also sort of get my attention. So we haven't seen this for a while. It's card 39, Abundance. It's in the neutral or growth category. I say neutral or growth because I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. And down here it says abundance and good things in all forms. Opportunities, positive thoughts. Be open to receiving what you need. Giving and receiving. Flow and inner beauty. In fact, this very much aligns with the weekly guidance that I did yesterday. Because you might remember we had the ladybug for Wednesday, we had the spirit dragon for Thursday. It is Thursday here now. So we're sort of in the middle of this abundant period according to the weekly guidance yesterday. So this really aligns nicely with that. And this card's very much about thinking about or being aware of how open or how closed we are to receiving abundance. So abundance to me can come in many forms. It can come in the form of opportunities, good health, extra finances that may be coming in, or discounts or sales or bargains, you know, those types of things that we like. So there's a good flow feeling when we're in that abundant state and when we're open to it. Now, for those of you who have been feeling stuck, we could also say, or I could ask you, do you also feel closed off, maybe a little bit like you've stepped back a little bit, a bit closed off in yourself? Because that's a feeling that can come up if we're feeling stuck. So have you been feeling closed as well? Have you been shut down? Have you been shutting yourself away? Have you been not communicating? Have you been hesitating and holding back? So this is a really important thing to talk about in regards to abundance, because if we're closed off to the help or the flow or the abundance that's there, if we're pushing it away, you know, it could be tapping on our door right now, on all the doors that enter into this room that we might imagine that we're in. But if we've got our headphones on and we've just caught up in whatever it is that we're worried about or thinking about, we may not even hear this tapping of abundance on those doors. Now, if we're open and we're aware and we hear that tapping, then we'd go over and we'd open that door and we'd welcome abundance in. So feel the difference. So my question then would be things to maybe ask ourselves at this time is, how open am I feeling? How well are things flowing for me? How closed or stuck am I feeling? Am I shutting things out? Am I pushing help away? Am I pushing abundance away? And if so, why? Why would I do that? Sometimes we do that for some weird reason. That's okay. Let's just notice that we are, do something about it, and maybe think about how we can let that flow come in. It's present. I mean, we got a double whammy yesterday in the weekly guidance. It's come up again today. I know for me, I am personally feeling that movement, that flow, that abundance. Oh, I've got a tickly nose. So, what does abundance mean to you? And are you feeling it? Are you feeling it at this time? Or are you feeling a bit closed off? And it's okay. If you feel closed off, be honest with yourself so you can do something about turning that around. Just like if you feel stuck and you feel really uncomfortable in that, being aware of it, admitting it to yourself gets the energy moving and hopefully moves you towards freeing or moving that energy again so you can keep going. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you move, as long as there's movement, there's things happening. Okay, let's return back to the comments. Fiona's from Wales. Welcome, Fiona. And Bobby says, holding myself at a higher expectation than others appreciate is draining. This is very interesting. See, I don't like expectations because in my experience I've personally found, and I'm not saying that others should think this way, but this is just how I feel. I've been exploring expectations for a very long time, a couple of decades probably, or 10 or 15 years. And I find that expectations tend to block the flow of energy. There's a weird... I think for me, I prefer the surrender and flow. And it doesn't mean I'm like a dead fish floating downstream, because I'm very proactive in my life too. But I do find expectations tend to be more, the feeling is like I'm trying to swim upstream somehow. And I find expectations, if they're not met, really tend to lead to disappointment. So even without, I intentionally do my very best not to have expectations. But if I find myself in a situation where I feel really disappointed because something didn't happen the way I hoped or expected, any feeling of disappointment I have means I had an expectation attached to that person or that situation or that event. So I'm very, very cautious of holding expectations, just personally. So I find your comment very interesting, Bobby. Holding myself at a higher expectation than others appreciate is draining. Very interesting. Thanks, Bobby, for your inputs. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Annette. And hello, Lindsay. Thank you. Joanne says, pretty card. Spot on with abundance. Robin says that she does feel like she's holding back and stuck. See, that's interesting, isn't it? So sometimes, you know, yes, we might feel stuck or we might feel disappointed, we might feel frustrated. But if we can sort of step back and look at the bigger picture and look at that particular feeling from other angles, like, okay, yes, I feel stuck, but do I also feel closed? Do I also feel frustrated? Do I feel impatient? You know, what other feelings go along with that particular feeling that or that space we're in that we've established? Can be very informative, and actually it helps us see the bigger picture. And the more information we have, the better equipped we're going to be to resolve it and move on or move forward. So what other angle can you look at things? You know, it's like when I'm talking about connection, you know, plugging in, reconnecting, this sort of thing. But I also like to look at it from another perspective of disconnection. So if you're struggling to connect or reconnect, then where are you feeling disconnected? Where are you feeling separate? So look at the opposite things too. May be helpful. Okay, Gail says, I trust you are doing well. Health, wealth and prosperity be yours. Well, thank you, Gail. And yes, I am. Very much. Thanks very much. McDerlin, hello. McDerlin's listening from St. Lucia. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but welcome. Gail says, my mum always said, bring your expectations down to zero and you'll never be let down. I tend to agree with that, Gail. Seema, welcome. Seema says it puts pressure on others. Yes, it could. It could put pressure on others, but I think it also puts a lot of pressure on us. Thanks, Michelle. Great. Bobby says, I love that. Thank you. And you, expectations equals letdown. And that's just me. You know, I don't expect anybody to think or feel the same way, but maybe it's good to question our little ways and make sure that they do align with our truth. Okay, let's just flick down here. Tanya's here from Tamworth. Thanks, Tanya. Sally, Facebook, I wish you would fix this jumping. Sally Ann says, my tutor is fast and I'm finding it difficult to catch my breath. I need to ask her to slow down. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Sally. Okay, yep, fantastic. Okay, so we were just talking about abundance, and I'm going to get ready now to pull a card to go. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this connection, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about the work I do here at Temple of Balance, or if you'd love to support my work because you get something out of these videos, then please consider supporting at templeofbalance.com.au. So thank you so much. Let's grab a card to go. So I'm holding the intention that I want to find the best card that the majority of us need now moving forward from here. So as I say a lot, it's really important to me that we implement the things that we want to correct or fix or improve. That's probably a better word. The things that we want to improve about ourselves and our life. It's easy to sit back and listen to something and agree or disagree or whatever. But the challenging part, but the real important part, is carrying the parts that you've resonated with, even if it's just one little thing, into your everyday life, into your reality, so you can improve yourself and you can improve your life. It takes one little step at a time. So the best healing energy card that we need for the next 24-ish hours moving forward from here, especially in regards to what we've been talking about, is this card here. Oh, we've got this card again. Came up the other day. Card 13, meditation. It is also in the neutral growth category. So I think it might be worth talking about this just briefly, is that all of the healing energy cards that I'm upgrading, or the brand new deck, have been put into categories. So we've got rest, we've got action, we've got depth, we've got rising. So it's a bit like a cross, I suppose. We've got rest, action, depth, rise. And then in the middle we've got neutral or growth. And here in this neutral space, anything is possible. It's like, it's almost like a reset, or being in a place of like a crossroad. Which path will we take? Where are we going from here? So it's almost like a blank canvas in some ways, because, you know, where are we going from here? Are we moving into a productive, active space? Are we moving into a restful, healing place? Are we dropping into new depths for knowledge, for gaining knowledge and understanding and wisdom and introspective connection? Are we rising like a phoenix, rising up out of the rubble and the stuck parts of our life? So the neutral position in the middle is like the crossroad. It's the paths. Which path will we take now? It's the blank canvas. Where are we going from here? So there is a lot of potential to create the next step for ourselves in neutral. Down here it says meditation and focus may be helpful right now. A gentle opening. Take time, or make time, to be still, listen, and ask your inner self for guidance and advice. And center. And actually, I've just looked at this card and not realised this illustration. But actually, this is very interesting, because we've got the 4 swords here, which remind me of this symbol. So rise, depth, rest, action. And here we are sitting in the middle of this in neutral. Now, if you might remember from a video a couple of days ago, I talked a lot about being in the eye of the storm, finding center, and then moving with the eye of the storm, because the storms are moving. So we need to adjust and adapt and be flexible as we do our best to hold center and move with the storm and flow with it. Because if we stay rigid and stuck and fixed, the storm moves on and we move out of center, and then we're in the storm. So there is this feeling here of center and being in the eye of the storm. The general message with this card is gentle connection, gentle focus, meditation, and being sort of introspective, reflecting and feeling what's going on inside of us, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So moving forward from here, maybe think about how centered or out of center you are. How aligned are you feeling, or how out of alignment are you? You don't have to be in alignment all the time. You don't have to be in center all the time. We all get out of it. We all get out of it. But the important thing is an honest assessment, an honest awareness of where we're currently at. If you're in alignment, great. Does it feel right? Yes. Fantastic. Keep flowing. If you realize you're out of alignment, does it feel good? No. Okay, what can I do to get back into alignment? So this is the type of thing I'm doing all day, every day, to check in with my balance, check in with my center and that sort of thing. So where are you at right now in regards to your center? And have you been thinking or talking lately about having to meditate because you haven't done it for a while? Or needing to just sit quietly with yourself? To get your thoughts into some type of order, to write in your journal, to pull out your cards, to meditate, to step into nature. What have you been feeling like you need? And can you make some time for that in the days to come, if your schedule allows? So meditation moving forward from here, gentle focus, but definitely holding center and finding that connection within the eye of the storm. And, you know, that self-awareness of where I'm at in the grand scheme of things right now. Where's the energy at, and where am I at in that energy? Am I being thrown about and tossed about and battered and bruised in it? Or am I keeping my head above water? Am I doing my best to hold strong in myself, or whatever it is that we need? So I trust this helps. Thank you so much for connecting today. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I definitely won't be in tomorrow for a support video because I've got 2 healing events on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, it's just Temple of Balance on YouTube. So I've got a morning healing event for patrons and an evening healing event for patrons tomorrow on Friday. So I definitely won't be in here tomorrow on Facebook. But I will see you again soon. Take care of yourself, and sending you loads of love from my heart to yours. Thank you so much. Namaste.